morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, SKN. Morning, SKN. It's Mimi.
And I'm Jamie.
And we're so excited to bring you another episode today. For the weather, today is partly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers, but it's sunny outside, so I'll just go with it's sunny.
It's sunny outside. It's bright in here.
All right. So we'll get to the latest. Jamie?
The latest. On the local scene, the 2022 proposed budget in Nevis has been advanced. So we've got a lot to tell you. It's a $229 million budget, and it's divided along two heads: revenue spending at $180.9 million, and we also have $48.2 million of that going towards funding the capital expenditure program. So that brings the total to $229 million, and it's very interesting the way that the funds are distributed here. When the Honorable Mark Brantley, who is the Premier of Nevis, and also the Minister of Finance and the NIA, proposed the budget, we were talking about, of course, recurrent expenditure at $180.9 million, but the recurrent revenue projections for this upcoming fiscal year are also $131.4 million, and then added to that is an extra $45 million coming, of course, from the share in the CBI program. So all in all, the deficit on this side for the upcoming year is only about $4.5 million. So it seems that we are on the road to recovery. Absolutely, because in the second head that I spoke about, the capital expenditure revenue, we also look at the spending going down from $62.3 million over last year to $48.2 this year. So things seem to be looking up.
Okay. I mean, you said those millions like they're like $10 and $20. But I get it. And I mean, if you're saying that the country is recovering, because, you know, in the pandemic, we didn't get much tourists. A lot of the dollars that normally come to our shores didn't get to come, unfortunately.
The dollars
that get to come, right? So the economy did take a hit, but I'm glad to hear that we're recovering. And I think this goes well with that. More COVID-19 restrictions being relaxed. No quarantine for fully vaccinated passengers, and Port Zante, well, the bubble on Port Zante has now popped. So now, so now the tourists are free to walk around Basseterre. After a review of its current policies and following several rounds of discussions with relevant health and tourism officials and representatives of the COVID-19 task force, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has taken the decision to ease two significant measures at the ports of entry. The government previously withheld the easing of these restrictions as it sought to gather more information about the Omicron variant that we've been talking about every day now, and the COVID-19 disease, which was first identified in South Africa on November 22nd. So yeah, effective Saturday, 11th of December, all fully vaccinated passengers 12 years and older arriving to St. Kitts and Nevis with a negative PCR test taken within the last 72 hours on arrival will no longer require to quarantine nor take a test after arrival.
Ooh, drum roll, please. Good news, right?
Yes.
Good news for travelers, good news for the economy, you say?
I'm happy to read this good news. I'm really happy that we're actually taking steps to return to a sense of normalcy. It's been a long time.
And between you and me, she's also kind of happy that the dollars are coming back too.
Yes, for all of us. I'm happy that the dollars are coming back for all of us. I remember like seeing Port Zante looking so scary, like Port Zante without tourists just looks like a totally different planet. Yes, it looks unreal. So now that the tourists are coming back,
and
people
they're bringing their dollars.
Yep, they're bringing their dollars. People are getting their jobs back.
Yes.
I'm seeing
Very
tour, and I mean, it just trickles down to all parts of the economy: hotel workers, tour guides, cleaners, restaurants.
And direct employment opportunities.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So it's absolute. And again, people can come home and they don't have to worry about quarantining.
Absolutely.
So
well, you know, as you said, that second story meshes well with the third one, because on the latest local news, last of the local news for this morning, the SKN TA has received the resignation of the CEO. So Ms. Raquel Brown, she was in the news recently, according to a WinFM article. She tendered her resignation. It becomes effective on December 31st of this year, and there seems to be some speculation about why now. But Minister Grant, of course, as the Minister of Tourism, says that it was for personal reasons. She has to go back to her native land, and that they do have a very good relationship. So after 8 years, we are going to have a new CEO, and we will keep looking to see who that CEO is. More Good Morning SKN when we return. Stay tuned.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN. Thank you for joining us. And we're continuing with the latest regional news. Union strike call is using students as a battering ram against government, the PM says. As the St. Vincent and Grenadines Teachers Union call on its members to strike, well, they called them to strike on Tuesday and Wednesday in opposition to the COVID-19 mandate, the Prime Minister, Ralph Gonsalves, is accusing the union of using students as a battering ram against the government. On Sunday, the union called its members, vaccinated and unvaccinated, to attend physical and online classes Monday and to stay away from all face-to-face and online classes on Tuesday and Wednesday. The union further advised that teachers to continue with all normal work on Thursday and to picket on the vegetable market in Kingston and the Union Island and the administrative building on Canyon and Beckway on Friday, which is tomorrow at 9:30. So yeah, we're still getting some backlash on vaccination mandates in the islands. I don't think we don't have one here in St. Kitts. What are your feelings?
Not that I can. Well,
No,
let me not say.
we
We don't have a
in the
mandate.
public sector.
No, definitely not in the public sector.
But we're still at 70%.
Yes.
Which is
yes,
great. So
absolutely.
people are taking the vaccine here readily. I guess again we're ready to go back to life as usual. But I remember in the first few months people were a bit hesitant. So I think there's still some hesitancy in other islands.
Yeah, I tell you, what I take away from that is the strength of a union, to be honest.
True.
Solidarity sometimes, whether we agree with the reasoning or not,
Right.
then I take away that strength from it.
Yeah.
So, moving on to international news. There is a new German chancellor. Olaf Scholz has been sworn in as Germany's new chancellor, ending, of course, Angela Merkel's 16-year reign in that position, and it also brings to an end her 31-year political career. And when I think of Angela Merkel, I think of dominant women who have risen in male-dominated careers traditionally. And I also, if I have to apply it regionally, think of our very own regional leader of Mia Mottley as well, and how much she has been able to accomplish. So although this is the international news that we are talking about, what I take away from that, Mimi, is, of course, the strength of women strength of women rising to male-dominated posts. And of course, I know that you will have a lot to say about that, won't you?
Of course. You know, I've always loved to hear women in power. I think women make better decision makers.
I'm sorry, did someone say something? I didn't hear that.
I guess we can't have balance.
I think you have to.
We'll tussle it out after, but I think women make better decisions, and women always consider the family. I think men make a lot of decisions about things that they really don't know about. I remember, sorry to stray, but I remember when there was a lot of discussion about abortion rights in America, and
yes,
the board who was making those decisions on family planning and women
comprised
were
of
men,
correct,
all
right.
old men. So yes, I'm always happy to.
I'm happy to represent, by the way.
It's nice to have you guys as support, but let the women take the steering wheel, please.
To all of you out there who are, as Mimi described, old men, old women, whatever you are, we're glad that you're watching. We'll be back for more in a flash. Stay tuned, everyone.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? Yeah, let's see what we happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom. But my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl look me, but me no in that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Hey, my friend, what going on?
Not a thing. I just here cooling under this tree, about to eat a mango or two.
Where you get mango from all now?
Boy, Auntie Rose bring me some mango this morning.
Oh, gosh. What you hit me for?
You give me something to put on?
Girl, you can't just come tempting me with these juicy round pally mangoes and expect me not to want some.
Just because something looks appealing and you want it, doesn't mean you are entitled to it and that you should touch or take it. Your mother ain't teach you manners. Ask for consent first before you touch up the mango them.
But why ask? And if it's dear, it's dear. Just take it. Why ask?
Simple. If it is mine and you ain't asked for it, it is called, wait for it, stealing.
That's true. My bad. Okay. May I please have some mangoes?
I don't know. After that spectacle, I ain't sure I want to give you any.
You see that? But I ask.
Just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give. It is still my mangoes.
So what you tell me ask for then?
Because consent is everything. Had you asked first, I would have been more inclined to give you one. And just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give you. You got it?
Okay, I got it. Now, may I please have some mangoes?
Only because you're my friend and I like you. But that still don't mean you're entitled to it.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Good. Don't leave your mango skin on the ground, eh?
If you understand the importance of asking for someone's consent for a mango, then it shouldn't be too hard to understand consent when it comes to sex. The power of consent is everything. Ask first. If you or a friend has been sexually assaulted, please call 465-5000 for the Counseling Center.
This message was brought to you by No Judgment SKN and sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Department of Gender Affairs, and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
Long before the introduction of Carnival, Carnival Sports provided entertainment for both national citizens of the Twin Island Federation and visitors during the month of December. These sports reflect the traditions of centuries past. Unfortunately, with the passage of time, many of these traditional sports have faded from the carnival scene. However, this morning, we have representatives from 3 of these traditional carnival sports groups, the St. Peter's Actors, Monkey Hill Bull Troupe, and Cowboys and Indians. We were practicing this, Mimi.
You were practicing that.
Right, so yeah, I guess I was. All 3 of which have survived extinction. So welcome to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have you. I mean, Jamie purposefully put me next to the park and was telling me, well, at least you'll know how healthy
I called you a devil yesterday. You called yourself a devil yesterday. So fork is good. All right.
All right, we're so happy to have you guys. Can you introduce yourselves, please?
My name is Kennedy Hazel, representing the actors, the leader for the actor troupe.
All right.
My name is Isis Walters-Phipps, and I'm representing the Cowboy.
My name is Aiden Hendrickson. I'm representing the Monkey Hill Troupe.
We're so happy to have you here.
Indeed.
So, tell us, what was the preparation for the 50th year of Carnival? What was it like? Again, I was looking at your video that we'll show after we have a break, and I haven't seen some of these in such a long time, especially cowboys and Indians. So, what was the preparation like? What inspired you to get back on this? Again, we're losing a lot of these traditions and the traditional part of Carnival. I mean, we're losing that very quickly. I haven't seen so much of these in such a long time. What inspired you guys, and what has the preparation been like?
Okay, especially for the Cowboy and Indians, they have been, what we would say, dormant. They have not been around since I was a child. And Mr. Hendrickson and Mr. Kennedy, we all got together and we sat down and you say, you know what, the children are there, they're not doing anything. Why not use the children to help bring back and display the culture? Because the Cowboy and Indian especially, as you can see, a lot of people don't know about them. They see the masquerade, they see the bull, they see the macajumbies, they see everybody else except the Cowboy and Indians. They don't even know
what it is.
Anything about the Cowboy and Indians. Only from basically the 80s to go back would mainly know about the Cowboy and Indians. So we decided, you know, let's bring it back. So that's how the group got its name, Bring Back the Culture. So, yeah, the actors, they came on, everybody came on board and we said we're going to do it together. Instead of here and there and everywhere. Just do one thing, bring it back together.
Perfect, I love that.
So, interestingly enough, you talk about involving youth. And I know that you're a seasoned fork holder, if I can say that. Yeah. So you must have seen a lot of changes over the years. Yeah. What can you tell us about that?
Well, from the, as I said, from in the 80s, the actor had really finished. Finished away completely. And I just said, well, yeah, normally in St. Peter's School, it's a natural thing for the little boys. There's a sand pit in the schoolyard, and that's where they started. Flipping over each other, and as they get better and better, then you upgrade them to the farm.
Okay,
that's an upgrade.
Yeah, it was natural for St. Peter's School to be doing that for over the years from Gemma Memorial. Yeah.
So, I mean, so you said, okay, so is there any official training? Say I want to learn to jump over this nice tool we have here.
Yeah.
So do they go through any official training? You said they started in
You go by levels, different levels.
Different
this is the last stage.
Okay,
this is the last stage. Yeah, this is the last stage.
The expert level. So again, the children normally start in school. Have you started, do you have any programs getting back the children into...
We keep training for a while now. What happened is that I think it's the parents is the problem. The children probably willing to do it, but mom and dad will say, it's scary.
Right.
It's scary. No, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that.
I can see it's a little scary. I can see it's a little
Fortunately, we have a history. Now we make history where we have outsiders. There's 2 little boys from St. Paul's. Yeah, from St. Paul's to St. Peter's.
Wow.
See the distance? I think they're
so
10.
They're braver?
10 and 9. I think that's the age, yeah. Nathan and Dario.
Wow.
I like the flip.
Okay, okay, all right.
Well, Mr. Bull, you are very quiet over there, and I know that bulls are very active. So what can you tell me about what you do and what that experience has been like with you?
This bull troop is a fairly new bull troop. We started last year for a show of 49. We recruited first St. Paul's, Jonathan Jones, and someone called by the name of Senan.
Senan?
Yeah, Senan.
Okay.
They joined with some existing bull members we had before, and created the Monkey Bull Troop. Right now, it's the number one bull troop in the federation.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, so I see bulls pretty often, and I see actors. I see them coming around again. Do you know why the bull still remained one of the most popular ones?
Well, I'll go back to 2016. The bull culture was kind of dying, right? So you find that you only had about 1 or 2 bulls active, going around saying things. So it was on the brink of extinction as well. So it's much more easier to get access to the bull information than it would be for the actors or the cowboy Indians.
Oh wow!
Okay, yeah, that's one reason why it's still such a popular sport.
All right, we're getting a mouthful. I want Jamie to try on one of these pieces. So we're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with all this fun.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are experiencing a cultural shock here in the studio right now, reminiscing, of course, in good old days with the actors, the Cowboys and Indians, and the Bull Troop out of St. Peter's.
Right. So we're going to take a second, and we're going to watch a video of one of you guys, some of your recent performances, so the viewing audience could take a look as well.
My name is Arthur Derry from Belmont. The name of my bull is Graspy. I rear Graspy from a small little yard. It come to the tremendous height. Now with the sound of the people and the beating of the drum, I can't even touch me one bull. Whoa, bull, whoa.
After the cowboy and Indians, we have the bull. The St. Peter's Bull, so get yourself ready. It's the Cowboy and Indians out of St. Peter's.
Welcome back. Now, I saw very impressive moves there. I also saw fancy footwork. So I understand why Mimi wanted me to don this, because she was hoping maybe I'd find some rhythm. In any event, Isis. When we spoke earlier, we were asking about your role in this. What can you tell us?
Do you dance? Do you?
No, I drum.
Oh wow, you drum.
Bass drummer.
Right,
Yes.
right. And you said you also supervise, give moral support.
Well, being
manage.
the only female in the group amongst every male, you tends to be the mommy.
Oh.
Yes.
So
you-
Isis is your mommy?
The children.
Okay.
I tend to monitor them, make sure that they behave, make sure that they do what they're supposed to do on time, and make sure that everything just basically goes good. Because it's children, teenagers you're dealing with, so and all boys.
All boys. I could only imagine.
Yes.
So again, I saw a lot of young persons, like really, really young. Do you know what age? What is the age range? What is the youngest person? How old is the youngest person?
Primary school.
Primary school.
Yes.
Right. That's really exciting. And again, once you start young, at least you know that you'll have somebody to carry on.
Yes.
You know, the legacy. Okay, so I once heard this story. My mom told me this story of the bull. Is there a story behind the cowboys and Indians?
Well, each of the folklore have a story behind them.
Mm-hmm.
The cowboy and Indians basically came back from when back in the days when we had Indians on the island first, and then they had all these things going on, the different wars and all this stuff. So it was mostly like they're displaying what was basically happening back then. So now we have to bring it to the forefront as they did back then. With all the other culture, everything have a story.
Right.
So we just act it out, just to let us remember, help us to remember what happened back then, but not in such a sad way.
Right.
So we make it into fun to
Right.
show, well, this is who we are. This is what happened to us.
This is where we came from.
Yes. This is basically our culture now. So we display it in a more fun way so that, we don't forget where we come from.
Right. I think that's so important.
Yes.
And I think there's a famous quote that says, you won't know where you're going if you don't remember where you came from. So I think it's super important.
Yes.
I'm jealous just listening to all of you because I'm seeing the people on the screen. I mean, they're young people acting. Mr. Kennedy's been here forever, he said. What about people like me who have never done this? Are we going to be just looking on, spectators, or is there a role for us to play as well?
There's a role for everyone. If you're willing to learn, you can come along.
So so if anybody wants to join, can they contact you guys? Do you have information?
Yes.
Can you give me some of your contact information?
If you are interested in joining any of the groups, doctors, Cowboy Indians, the Monkey Bull, you can contact 767-3891 and on WhatsApp 765-1433.
All right, guys, so you've been watching Good Morning. I'll take on your spot. You've been watching Good Morning. It fits me, right? You've been watching Good Morning SKN. We'll take a short break, and then we'll be right back. Thank you for watching.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time, nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who can support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now, but my education on hold. How could I let this happen? Don't let this happen to you. Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
And we're back with Good Morning SKN. Yesterday, we had the pleasure of talking to Corinne Clark. Oh my God, I'm so in love with her. A 6-year-old author who just has an absolute treat to show us. But today, we have another author. She is talented, remarkable, intelligent, and all-around stunning individual. Would you please help us welcome Jihan Williams? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Wow, that person sounds impressive.
Vaguely familiar.
All right, we'll take a short minute and we're going to watch a short video, and we'll be right back.
I just love this tree. Even the branches tell a story. That when life pushes you down, you just grow back up. Hi, my name is Jihan Williams and I'm from the beautiful Caribbean island nation of St. Kitts and Nevis. In 2020, I found out that after 4 years of trying to have a baby, for the first time, I was finally pregnant. I was 37 years old, and the first 2/3 of my pregnancy was a relatively smooth and enjoyable journey. That was until excruciating pain from degenerating uterine fibroids began. The pain eventually triggered contractions and sent me into labor. On the 23rd of November 2020, at 26 weeks or 6.5 months pregnant, I delivered my son. I'm told that he took a few breaths, but sadly, his life ended shortly after. Losing my baby has been heart-wrenching and difficult. And to cope, I began to purge my emotions and thoughts in writing. That writing turned into the book we have today, Lifting the Weight of Miscarriage, Healing Insights on Pregnancy Loss for Sufferers and the People Around Us.
So Jihan, this is your first book, Lifting the Weight of Miscarriage, and you launched that on November 23rd. Can you tell us what inspired you, what gave you the courage to share such an intimate part of your life with the whole world?
Well, I can't say anything other than God. I don't know where this strength came from, because it makes me very uncomfortable to be this public about my private life. My friends could tell you I constantly am like, why did I start this? And they have to be encouraging me and telling me, it's for a purpose. You have to stay strong. Don't mind the discomfort. Think about who you can help. And I think that really motivates me, because I've had so many experiences where people have been insensitive, or people have just not known how to respond dealing with someone who's lost a baby. And I think there just needs to be a lot more conversation and a lot more awareness of how to navigate that situation. So that's really my motivation, trying to encourage people to share and also to promote healing, because we hide our pain a lot. So rather than hide the pain. I really believe we should try to heal the pain. So that's really my attempt.
Your attempt, I think it's and is it you said it's your first book, right?
Yes.
Have you written anything else, or do you write to keep in private?
Always, since I was at least 5, I have things written there. I have poetry books, and I've been writing. It's my preferred outlet and my mode of expression. I would prefer to write something to you rather than stand up in front of you and say it to your face. So it's me, really. Writing is what I do. So I do poetry. I do. I've tried, writing fiction. It's not my thing.
It's not your thing. Okay.
It's not my thing.
But poetry is your thing.
Yes.
Yes. You're really good at that.
I'm rooted in reality. So I'll stay with reality.
Yes.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
Second of all, I'm really grateful to have you here to talk about something that a lot of people go through in private and definitely, as you said, do not know how to navigate it.
Right.
I find you very brave.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to ask you, in writing and letting us know about those intimate details, for the men who are on the other side of that miscarriage, what have you learned and what can you share with us?
So there's a whole chapter in the book dedicated to the forgotten fathers, because that's something I realized from my own experience, where people would ask my partner about me and nobody is asking him how he's doing, and he lost the baby as well. We tend to think about fathers just being, absent or not really caring, or they don't have any emotions, and that is the furthest thing from the truth. Not just from my experience, but seeing other people in the experience as well, where the men feel as heartbroken as the woman. And we still don't give them the space to grieve, to express their emotion. And I think we do men a huge disservice by thinking that they don't have emotions and they shouldn't express their emotions. And sometimes men themselves, you guys tend to feel like you have to be strong and you can't break down. And I think that we really have to embrace men and nurture men to see that it's safe to express your emotion. It's really okay, and it's really welcome for men to express how they feel, especially after something as devastating as losing a child.
All right, we want to delve so much more deeper into this. I have so many questions to ask, but we'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more Good Morning SKN.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are talking with local author and so much more.
Yes, and so much more.
Williams. So Jihan, again, thank you for sharing your personal experiences in that book for us. I know it forms part of a larger plan, as you said, the publishing company, Bouncing Daughter Publishing Company.
Yes.
Am I saying the name right?
Bouncing Daughter, yes.
It has a very local swing to it. Bouncing Daughter.
Well, of course, it's my identity. My father's nickname was Bouncing, and I grew up just hearing that, oh, you're Bouncing Daughter. So it's part of my identity, till we often used to joke that I shifted from being Bouncing's daughter till he shifted to being Jihan's father. So it's my father was a huge part of my life and the source of my creative side, I believe. And so when I thought about doing publishing under my own company, I thought this is who I am creatively. And also, it's a nod to the fact that I'm in so many different fields. I do poetry, I'm in law, I do arts, and all sorts of different things. And so I feel like I bounce from topic and issue and interest to interest. Yeah. And I embrace that. You know, normally people want to put you in a box and tell you you have to be a lawyer, so behave like a lawyer, or do this or don't do that. But I embraced all of it. This is me. So I am a daughter who bounces all over through different interests. And I think that will be reflected in my writing as well, because this won't be my last publication. So I'm going all over the place, and I'm totally fine with that. And I encourage people to do that as well.
Right. I'm super excited to read it. I haven't read it just yet. I do have a copy. But can you tell us, did putting pen to paper, did it help you to heal? Has it helped you to heal?
This is the absolute source, the beginning of the healing. The book literally started with me writing down what I was feeling. Words, embarrassed, ashamed, hurt, failure, disappointment. And then you start from words to sentences, and then you start shifting to things that I wish I could say to people, questions I'm tired of answering, you know, things like this. So this is how it started, and this was my outlet. There's a chapter in the book about surrounding Mother's Day. That was perhaps one of the hardest days after the miscarriage, and that's what I did that day. I just wrote because I felt like I couldn't express what I was feeling verbally, and I was more comfortable writing it. And exactly what I wrote on that day is in the book. So this is my outlet. This is how I express myself. This is how it comes out. I saw a quote recently that said, when you've been through pain, you should get it out so it doesn't live in your body. So let it come out in art, let it come out in writing. And so my pain is in my book. So it's not in me. It's easier for me now because it's not in me as much.
I think that's a tip that all of us could use. Like, you know, if we're having problems expressing, sometimes it's best to, you know, get pen to paper and start writing.
Whatever is your preferred mode of expression, right. For me, it's writing.
Right. So lastly, your book has been a hit. I've been seeing it all over social media. What is some of the feedback like? I could only imagine that people who may have gone through the same experience in silence may be approaching you and telling you, oh my God, I'm so happy, or I feel so comforted.
Yeah. The feedback has been phenomenal, unexpected, but maybe that's me being modest.
Right.
Because I know us to hide so well.
True.
So I thought maybe people would read it and you know, internalize whatever they learn. But people have been reaching out to me from across the world. I have a sale in Amazon, Italy.
Yes. Let's hear. Yes.
But yeah, one of the most notable reviews that I got though was from a lady from Barbados who said that her doctor referred the book to her after she had a miscarriage, and seeing that doctors have embraced it as a tool that could help their patients. But I've heard words like unputdownable. I think that's one of my favorites. Where people have said, you know, as from I start to read, I can't stop. And I had an experience this week actually where a young lady bought my book at 9 a.m. and by 12 o'clock she said, Jihan, that was amazing. And I need another copy for somebody else because I highlighted everything and I don't want people to see what I highlighted. She wanted another copy. So I'm happy that it's resonating with people and it's helping people, and people have seen such value in the work. It's a really validating experience, and I'm happy that I was able to translate my experience into something that's helping others.
Thank you, Jihan. Thank you so much for sharing your personal story, and thank you for helping all of us. More Good Morning SKN right after this. Stay tuned.
Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. shake. Drop to the ground and take a little cover under a table or strong furniture. Kneel, bend your head close to your knees. Hold on to a table leg or desk, please. Hand behind your head, protect your neck with your arm. Face away from windows, you must understand. If you don't have a shelter to hang on to, remain in a place till the shaking's through now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold, stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave tsunami, wave tsunami, wave tsunami. Move away from doorways, windows and shelves. Heavy objects to drop, you could damage yourself. Cabinet and bookcases may also fall. Light fixtures and objects mounted on the walls. And if caught outside, find an open space. Debris from buildings may fly in your face. Kneel or sit on the ground, cover your head and remember every word that I said. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold, stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Don't panic. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave. Tsunami, wave. Tsunami, wave. Tsunami. Drop. Everybody now. Drop. I wanna see you now. Cover your head, cover your head. Drop. Say everybody now. Tsunami. I want you put up all your hands. Tsunami. I want you put up all your flags. Tsunami. Yeah. Tsunami. Yeah. Tsunami. Do not go home without permission. Stay and wait for help and instructions. Do not go down by the seat to watch the action. Just to talk about what has happened. In science lab, chemicals may drop. Exit only after shaking has stopped. Do not panic, everything will be fine. Don't use the phone line at this time. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold, stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Don't panic. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave. Tsunami. Wave. Tsunami. Wave. Tsunami.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
Earlier in the week, when we took a trip back in time seeing the fashion from the 70s, right, Mimi? But today in the studio, we have our local fashionista. Please welcome Veronica Julius, the owner of Sassy V Collectibles. Welcome.
Hi, how are you? Diva.
I feel like I'm in a portal. Forgive me. I love the look. 70s.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad to have you here. So tell us, what sparked your interest in making...
You're watching.
Well, it's so many different kind of things. Sometimes you see something like this one was something when I watched Emily in Paris. A really great show. But it's just different feelings and different emotions in time. And I really just like to make things pretty.
I get you. So do you just make bags?
Yes. The signature is the bags, but we do posters and we also do journals. We just came out with our first set of journals.
And I think I may have seen a mask
Oh, yes.
Matching mask with this.
Yes, we have a 3-piece set where you get a little coin purse, you get a mask, and you get the bag.
Okay,
also.
perfect. So I could say you also make masks.
Oh no, I got a friend of mine makes the mask.
Okay.
We can't do everything. We have to share the wealth.
right. So can you tell us what is the creative process? You said sometimes you watch a movie, sometimes you have a feeling, then what happens after that?
And then, well, the process is really looking for the materials, making sure that you have materials that stand out, making sure that it's nothing that you ever see before, so we have it more unique. It's more unique that when you see that bag, okay, I know that bag made in St. Kitts.
right.
And then it's just a process of really shopping around to get the feel of a fabric, to really see what you really want and what is going to stand out and what kind of personality of a woman would be what we have. Because it's something for everyone, different personalities.
I could tell.
So you have been, Sassy V Collectibles business, how long have you been doing this?
For 6 years.
Whoa.
6 years.
6 years.
I'm curious, during the pandemic, what was your experience?
That was, the pandemic changed me and how I think about business, how I do business, because first you would have never really seen me in front of a camera doing anything. No, because I was a bit shy, but during the pandemic and nothing was really doing, nobody going out to buy any bag. I went running in the morning, and I was asking the Lord, like, what am I going to do? And something said, do videos, and I was like, do videos, me in front of camera kind of person kind of thing. But then that just changed the whole dynamic of the business. We do our Facebook Live, we make sure we have a lot of pictures so people can see how you can wear the bags.
So you're saying that the pandemic actually made you improve, forced you to improve.
Forced me to
and now
improve.
you're on live, Good Morning SKN,
yes.
and you're killing it. So tell me, what is the most popular, do you have your most popular, what are your number one sellers? What do people, when they call you, I want this one?
It's always, so we don't do the same thing. We do 4 or 5 of a print and that's it. You can't find it again. But our signature is the prints. People really, really love the prints. A lot of many different prints that we have brought out for the past 6 years.
I think this gold one is my favorite, but that I love this one with the tassel.
I was smart,
I've been fighting you for that one.
I smart. I said, let's say bring something. I'm going to bring the bag that I know Mimi is going to buy today.
She knows she does.
She knows my weak spot. I've been hounding her for this bag because, again, you only make a limited amount.
So I made one last year and then I made one this year.
Wow. So limited edition.
I mean, making no more because Mimi have hers.
Right. Very good. Limited edition. So, Jamie?
I'm here, I'm feeling a little left out because I'm a guy. I see a bunch of female bags. How do you get the male shoppers to buy from you? What do you tell them?
Because the male loves their women looking very pretty, so
I think
they
you
buy
should
the
say
bag.
that right into the camera.
Because the men love their women looking pretty, so they buy the bags for
I'm trying to give Jamie the hint.
She's trying to give me the hint. You look so pretty. She's pretty enough.
Christmas is coming up.
I think that this is perfect for her. Hold it, Mimi. Hold it. Yeah.
So you could gift all your female friends a nice little, limited edition bag. So that's how the men get involved, all right?
Yes, that's how they get involved.
We're going to take a short commercial break. We're exploring fashion here with Sassy Collectibles. You're watching Good Morning SKN.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
You are watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi.
And Jamie.
And we're here with the owner and the genius behind Sassy Collectibles And we're having a nice chit chat. I'm holding it back because I'm taking it. That's why. And she's not making any more like this. Yes, so limited edition.
Limited edition. So don't call asking. It's not there.
So you're not only passionate about fashion and bags and prints and all of those things, but you also were passionate about writing as well. You had the Sparkle magazine, which I featured in many moons ago when I was in Miss St. Kitts. So can you tell us, like, are you working on any more writing? Will we see the magazine coming back?
Well, because I'm kind of focused, I want this to really breathe so it can breathe on its own. But definitely, I was just telling Jihan that I want to write a Hallmark Christmas movie. So
you're a Christmas lover like the two of us.
Hashtag Christmas girl. That's
so we're a team then.
Yes, we're a team.
But I have been writing, actually in 2013, I wrote a poetry book, but I was so shy about it that...
What happened?
Nothing.
So where is it?
It's on Amazon, I think, if you can get it there still.
So what's the name of the book, just in case we want to look for it?
Yeah.
Pieces of Me.
I love the title.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. So I am definitely going to look for it.
So, but I still write every day. For those who are on my WhatsApp, they get sometimes every or twice a day, they get a little message that I wrote.
Nice.
And my customers, I think they are very fed up of me, but that's okay. But I'm still writing, but the main focus is really to get the business to breathe on its own, and then we go back into the writing.
Right, of course. And tell us, we were talking about women and we were talking about fashion, and I know for me, when I'm dressed up and I look amazing, I feel empowered. Tell me, what about fashion empowers you, and is that a big part of why you do what you do, empowering women?
How should I say this? So I've always liked fashion from a very long time ago, but to be your own self, and that's what the company is all about, to love yourself and to appreciate who you are, the way that you look, the way that you're shaped. And for me, I was never really a bag lover at first. I was a shoe lover. I love shoes.
You still love shoes.
I love shoes, but then I realized when you incorporate everything, the feeling that you get when you're dressed up and you look yourself in the mirror and you just feel empowered. You feel like, yeah. Like this morning, I make a few TikTok videos because I say, girl, you look good, eh? Why not? But then it's really just about empowering yourself, because we go through so many things daily after this pandemic and, mental health. So it's really important to just, like my friends just say, like, you just go in movies, you ain't got to put on your high heel shoes, but that is how you feel.
Right.
And you're supposed to feel and love yourself as much as you can, so that you can inspire someone else out there who is feeling down and don't feel much about themselves, that they can love themselves also.
Right.
Well, I got to say, based on what you just said, I read something, and I'm getting in on women's fashion here for the first time.
That's fine.
All right. So getting in on women's fashion, something that you said about dressing impresses your mood and improves others' moods as well. You're absolutely right, because I'm looking at you and I have to say that blue is amazing.
Thank you.
And, definitely a fashionista. All right, so I have to ask you now, what materials do you make these bags from? This one in particular.
Okay, so this is a leather. It is a vegan leather. And I'm going to open it so you guys can see. I have a few little things inside of it. Let me take out my little things. Inside, we have a satin lining, and it's based with leatherette. So you get the whole, if you feel it, it's stiff. So.
Oh, wow, this is nice. This not only looks nice, but it feels really nice. Yes.
And then the inside, we have satin lining with our signature. If you all can see it, our SUV. So, and the feel inside is satin, is bridal satin, so you get the nice feel, the nice chic.
Yes. I'm going to take it to our camera, guys, while you continue the discussion.
It feels super rich. So tell us, where can we get your products? Like, before we go, where can we get your products?
Oh, well, you can find us on Facebook and Sassy V Collectibles, on Instagram, Sassy V Clutches, and we do have our website up for those overseas customers.
Oh, perfect.
Which is www.sassyvcollectibles.com. But that is not really for our locals, because, we treat our locals a little more different.
We're VIPs.
We're VIPs,
Right. You're also on TikTok?
Yes, and we are on TikTok too, Sassy V Collectibles, yes.
All right, we've been here with the diva herself. Like every time I see you on Facebook, I'm like, yes, girl, yes.
But you know, you guys inspire me so much because I'm just stepping into loving myself and boosting my self-esteem. And when I watch other women out there doing it, it inspires me. So that maybe one day, and I have 2 girls, so I want to inspire them also to just walk and be themselves and love themselves.
Right. So I hope that some woman, some man out there is inspired. Again, you're watching Good Morning SKN. We'll be right back.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
What is man's best friend? I'm pretty sure most of us thought the same answer. Pets are the companions that make us feel so much happier, some of us, despite the stress that they may bring. No one can deny their adorableness of a puppy or a kitten. I know that the cats and dog debate has been going around for so long, as far as I could remember. So let's talk about what we like, what we prefer, cats or dogs, and loosen up. So.
This is supposed to be the loosen up segment,
yes,
right? Where I tell you that I prefer one of these things. Okay. Why don't you go first?
Okay, to be really honest, I am not a pet person. I'm really not a pet person. Like, maybe if I get a goldfish, that I just feed once a day, hi, good morning, bye, and it just does its own thing. But yeah, I'm not really a pet person. What about you?
So I understand that we have a video that is going to be loaded of the cats and dogs. Maybe we can get it a little later in the segment. But that being said, yeah, I'm not sure that I'm actually a pet lover either, and that sounds really kind of bad.
I hope we don't get lots of hate mail over this. I mean, this year though, I did give it a try. I got a dog. I should have brought a picture of him. I got a dog. His name was Yogi. He was a Shih Tzu. Super small, cute, cuddly, adorable
Yogi's
dog.
a bear, by the way. All right.
But he just wouldn't listen at all. Like, I tried teaching him to sit. I tried teaching him to come. I really tried, but he just wouldn't listen. And it was like, I can't be the boss in here, and you can't be the boss in here. So one of us has to go. And it ended up happening to be him. So I gave him away to my neighbor. Also, my landlord doesn't like dogs, so she was really happy for me to give it. So he's now just over the fence. So when I hear my next door neighbors arguing and shouting at him, I'm just like, feeling really content and happy.
Well, apparently, you might not see a dog in this, at least not at first. There's a cat in the video coming up, so take a look at this, guys.
Kay Borat, kay main ke sini ya ke? Ya ke? Main ke rumah ya? Bebas kau mau kemana aja. Dia aja lah.
Like, this is Jackie Chan type stuff, right?
Yeah, cats are a little evil, I think.
I'm scarred by cats.
Did you have a cat?
I had a cat when I was younger. I had a dog. Those nails. I am scarred by cats.
Physically and emotionally.
It'll just be, yeah, it's like, honestly, I'm terrified of cats. Not really. But yeah, I didn't like the nails. So I said, okay, maybe I'm going to try a dog. Try a dog? I hear dogs all the time at night. As a matter of fact, you know our intro? Since we're talking about animals and which pets, with that cock, I was complaining, well, not complaining, talking with one of our friends here, and cock-a-doodle-doo goes through my neighborhood at 2 and 3 a.m. and it wakes me up.
Wow.
So it's kind of comical that we are talking about animals and what's your favorite, because I think my favorite animals are actually people.
I'm not going to put humans in the animal category. I still have a separated...
Scientifically.
Okay, scientifically, fine. But I mean, you said you had a cat and a dog.
Yeah.
Which one did you prefer? Which one did you have the better
Well, true story here.
experience with?
When I was 8 years old, I had a cat. My mom named her for whatever reason. I'm Puggy. Her name was Puggy. And nobody believes it. No, not a cat, a dog. Black and white, yeah.
Okay.
I guess we'll call it colloquially the dumb pan dogs, you know, because not those nice breeds like yours. And I was walking to school at 8 years old, and the dog followed me. My grandmother didn't realize that it left. And I crossed the street.
Oh.
The dog got run over by a car. Mm-hmm. It didn't die. It just went on its leg, and the dog made its way back home. And when I got back home and I said, you know, that dog followed me halfway to school today, nobody believed me. It's like, it was weird. It was like nobody missed the dog, nobody believed me. I was like, okay, I don't know why nobody believes me. I guess maybe I have a penchant for making it up. And true story, there was a time when the dog ate my homework. Literally, I had the homework in my hand, and the dog just came and, you know, did that.
Well, that's the one I don't believe.
Well, I said it to my teacher. I'm like, oh, nobody's going to believe this, but let's go. Let's tell the teacher, hey, the dog ate my homework. You know what that teacher did?
That one. No, not going to believe that. I think I'll try dogs again, but maybe a bigger dog. Like, I see all these nice videos of dogs, and they're so loving and empathetic, and they're so affectionate. Well, you know, the cat feels like, well, I'm the boss of you, and I'm just going to just do what I want. So maybe we'll try dogs again. I still have a problem with, like, picking up dog poop.
Oh, no.
Really?
But why don't we ask our viewers to send in...
Yeah, let us know what you prefer, cats or dogs. And if you do have a pet, send us a picture. Send us a picture to info@studio327.com. Again, info@studio327inc.com. Send us a picture of your pet. We love to show it to the world, and we love to see. Stay tuned. You're watching Good Morning SKN.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and he kissed me. I was so shocked, I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
Good Morning SKN. Do you know what time it is? It is... Where's my drum roll? Game time. All right. So, apparently, we're supposed to play Jenga, and unfortunately, I'm a bit of a Jenga virgin. I've never played Jenga before.
It's either you're a virgin, a Jenga, or a Jenga virgin or not. Surprisingly, Jamie has never played Jenga, so we're going to go soft on him.
Okay.
So the idea of the game is to remove any of the bottom pieces, so you can't touch the top piece at all. So you could either pull it, push it, use your brain, use the force, and move it, and then you're going to stack it on top. And the person who makes the whole tower crumble is the one who loses. So because you're a virgin, I'll let you.
Oh wow! You see what she's doing.
I'll let you go first.
Do you see what she's doing to me?
I'll let you go first.
So, this is very interesting. Now, you said use the force, right?
If you can, use the force, right?
The force is with me.
Yes.
What's that symbol? I don't even know what that symbol is. All right, let's try. Lord have mercy. The lower I go, the better.
Ah.
I think she's trying to block me. You see that?
No.
And we're gonna. You see? Oh boy. No, you made me nervous. My hand is starting to tremble.
We learned breathing exercises yesterday.
Stay. Part of me just wants to yank it out and see what happens.
You can.
No, I can't. Because if I do that, then you'll win.
I've seen persons who just pull them out so quickly and they still stay standing.
Can I push that back in?
No, you can.
So that will be cheating?
Yes. You touch that one, it's yours. Move it.
That's a very bad lesson for the kids out there if I start to cheat, right? Especially on live TV. So, Mimi said to use the force.
Use the force, Jamie. You got it.
Oh.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, let's go.
I think I kind of made it easier for you, though.
You made it easier for me. How? Yikes. Let's see. There we go.
And unlike you, I'm not going to block you, because we don't cheat here, right? You made that look so easy.
Let's go, Jamie. The universe is depending on you.
Oh, well, the universe is depending. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, this is so sweet. I get to pull this one. Oh, yeah.
You're pretty good for a first time. But I'm wondering if you're telling the truth about playing for the first time. Okay.
I am telling the truth.
So guys at home, if you could tell us what were some of your favorite childhood games. We have Ludo, we have cards, we have Scrabble. I mean, I played a lot of games as a child. I mean, in addition to running outside.
She's trying to distract me. Do you realize that? She thinks if I keep my eyes off her, then she can use whatever hand she wants to put the things in play.
Okay.
Oh, that's a masterful move.
Okay. Let's go. Stakes are high. Big money.
All right. Stakes are high. You just reminded me of Michelle Obama. She's like, when they go low, we go high. Okay. A little bit of yin-yang effect here this morning.
I don't think it's the first time that you're playing.
Huh. Let's put that there.
All right. Okay. Okay.
There's an imaginary drum roll in my head right now. Anticipating. Are you guys at home anticipating too? You know, you're just anticipating. Breathing exercises.
Come on.
No pressure, right?
No pressure. We're almost going to break, so they might. Okay.
We're almost going to break? Watch your words. Break or crash.
Come on.
Saved in the nick of time.
And there we have it. All right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back after these commercials. Thank you guys for watching.
So close.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom, but my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl look me, but me know in that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN. Video games seem to be everywhere, let's be honest. We've all played at least one. Gaming icons such as Super Mario, which I know Not sure.
I know.
Okay, Pac-Man.
I'm very good at that one.
And my very first Sega Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog, have been at least a part of our childhoods, all of us. The video game industry is such a creative landscape, and with how far we've come with technology, anyone can get into it. We're excited that a creator, the gamer himself, is here with us. So please welcome to the show, Mr. Zhavier Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Thanks for having me. Right.
Mr. Morris.
Mr. Morris. He gave it away, right? Right. Feel free to call me Jamie.
Okay, Jamie. All right. Yeah, so video games has been my passion since I was a young child.
You're not young anymore?
No, I'm 22. But yeah, no, I think I started around 8-ish, 9.
Mm-hmm.
I was, I came across the internet. I was browsing YouTube. My neighbor used to be super into MMOs, which are massively multiplayer games that hundreds of millions of people connect to at once. And I've always wanted to make one. And, coming from that background, seeing him play, I wanted to be like, hey, yeah, that's cool. Everyone's playing their games. I want to make my own. I want someone to play my game as well. And that's where I started my venture. I started Googling. I started finding game engines. Game engines are what we use to build video games. They're like the tool set. And that's where I got my footing in.
Awesome stuff. Mimi's like...
Amazing stuff.
Wow. Do you play video games, Mimi? If not, you can ask him all about it. Right here.
That's fine.
I like Super Mario, the traditional one, just because I know what to expect. I also like Pac-Man. I mean, those are very old games,
of course.
But I love those ones too.
And because of that, the gaming landscape is so broad between hardcore games, Pac-Man, Super Mario. We have Halo, Call of Duty.
Now we have, Call of Duty.
Of course, everyone's playing Call of Duty. But now we also have Candy Crush, right?
Oh yeah.
That's a huge segment of the market. Right now, in more modern, not say modern countries, but larger landscapes, females are the dominant gamer force because of mobile, right? The push for mobile games have really set a new precedent moving forward. The power that a cell phone has is absolutely amazing in a small device. And we have a precedent now where big game studios, multi-billion-dollar studios, are pushing marketing budgets, pushing video game budgets, 100% for the phone. And again, females, they're actually one of the biggest audience worldwide for that.
Wow.
Candy Crush is one of the most profitable games right now.
It is.
And it's always been. And they're backed by a company called Activision. That's hundreds of billions of dollars pushed into a simple mobile game.
Wow.
So because of that, we have to look at the landscape differently. So we don't just think sitting down behind your PC playing games.
Yeah, with a console,
exactly.
Right?
You're not just controllers, but now you're on the bus, you're playing a quick game. As I was waiting to be on, I'm playing a quick game, and that's the way we have to think now as well. This is what video games are.
That's really exciting. I always try to, I remember when everybody in St. Kitts was hooked on playing Candy Crush, and I said, you know what? I am never going to play another addictive game. I remember playing Farmville. I don't know what category that one is in, but I remember setting my alarm to wake up at 3 a.m. to harvest some virtual strawberries, and I said, you know what? This is too much. So tell us, what was your experience like representing St. Kitts and Nevis at the Global Services Exporters Conference in Chile as a video game developer?
Right, no, that's a really good question. When I traveled out in 2017, it was a Pro-Chile conference, but I was able to meet a few other game developers throughout the Caribbean. I met a game dev studio head. His name is Andy. He's from Trinidad. And he outsources, so he builds assets and tools for other game developers in the wider landscape. And I said, that's great, but where's the rest back home, right?
Right.
The experience was breathtaking. You can't get anything like that anywhere else, right? Being in a room full of Caribbean developers, their thoughts and their perspective on the landscape so different compared to when you're working with an international developer, because they're so used to it. But a Caribbean developer, they're molded with a bit more of an edge that no one else can have. Their perspective is so different compared to a mainland developers. So the experience is one of a kind.
I could only imagine.
So are we going to see that experience coming out in your games?
Oh, most definitely. So I do run a company now. We're about 6 developers. 3 of them are local. So naturally, we're going to have our Caribbean vibe in our games.
I love that.
Of course. And, you know, it's also about representation, being able to represent who you are, you know, throughout your games. My game is a very niche title. It's very action-oriented. It's very specific to an audience, but nonetheless, persons who've played it so far, they can feel that energy that other games just don't have.
All right, so we're excited to see a bit of that gameplay in just a second, but we'll take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are talking with local game developer Zhavier, and we're looking at a video game of his that he's developed.
All right, so that's the game. Can you tell us the name?
Right, so we don't have a production title or a marketing title yet. We just call it Project Z.
I like that.
Right.
Project Z. Sounds really cool.
Our development team works backwards in the alphabet, and Z sounds really cool.
Yes, it does. That sounds really cool.
Right. Shh, don't tell the team.
So it's still in the, is it finished or it's still
No, it's absolutely early in development. We started this project in extremely late 2018. I've been working almost full-time on it, otherwise, you know, with my team. And no, that would have been really early production. I think it's important to understand that games before we hit the finish line, tend to not look the prettiest, but what we really try to do is hone in on functionality, get player feet exactly. The movement for us and our game, the action, the combat is the most important thing. And we really try to hone in on that and say, okay, let's get the gameplay right first. Let's get people hooked. Let's see what they love about it before we move into production. And we let that guide our movement for the rest. So I think Nintendo has one of the best development pipelines of any developer. They put gameplay first, and we adopted that for our company. We said we want gameplay to be first and let that dictate everything else, right?
That's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm not a gamer, and I feel so excited. I feel really excited.
Awesome. I was looking at it, and I was talking with Mimi before you came on, and I was like, I surprised her a little bit because I told her I have a little bit of experience in graphics. And so looking at that, all of the things that you did with the combat scene, and you say that is new. I can't wait to see the finished product.
Of course, thank you.
I can't wait to see. Okay, so I am still in shock that in St. Kitts we have a game developer. Do you know of any more who are on island?
Yeah, I knew a few other game developers on island, a few other technical persons who would love to join. Yeah, the number's small relatively, but I think that's how it should be, because then you get the true passion out of persons.
Right.
Because now,
Right.
Right.
And I only could imagine, I mean, can you tell us maybe some of your challenges? I think gaming, I just automatically think bigger countries, America, Canada, you know, same things. I'm like, gamers. And
that's absolutely one of the biggest challenges. How do you explain a concept that someone cannot hold physically, right? How do you explain what your video game is to someone who's never played this type of game? Right? If you know, when you say Mario, what do you think is a guy running from left to right, jumping and hitting blocks?
Right.
When it comes to more complex games, how do you spill it to persons around you? So for our game, for example, we say it's Super Smash Bros., but in third person. Because anyone who knows Smash Bros. Knows it's platform fighter. It's really action-packed, and it's all about knocking the enemy off the stage. So that's our core for our game as well, and that's how we explain it to people.
Okay. I mean, as not so much of a gamer, I do understand that. So yes, that works. That works for me.
Right.
I'm curious to know, you said you started this in 2018. In terms of how long a typical game would take you to develop, or at least this experience, what is your projection for completion?
Okay, so projection for completion. We're hoping that we can hit the ground running for an open beta in late 2022. Usually, you know, development could be shorter, especially if you have a larger team. For us, as 6 persons, we weren't always 6 persons. It was me alone. Then a friend came in, and then we just started growing the team slowly. And because of how we grew naturally, there were a lot of back and forth. Should gameplay be like this? So we spent maybe a good 3 years just prototyping. Exactly.
Back and forth. I like this.
Before production. But once you have the groundwork set, it'll take maybe a year or 2 to produce all of the content to hit beta. So hopefully just 1 more year.
All right. I think the time will pass really quickly. So, okay, again, gaming is really new. Have you explored maybe offering mentorship to other people who are interested in gaming? Again, I'm still mind blown. A game developer in St. Kitts.
Yeah, it's crossed my mind before. I did attempt to start a game development course recently, but the time constraints is just there. But I'll definitely hit it again in 2023. That's my plan.
Okay. We'll keep
our
fingers crossed.
Of course.
And in 2022, I'll be looking forward to play this game.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
not great, but I'll try.
Okay.
All right. You're watching Good Morning SKN. We'll be right back.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN. So in our last segment, we spoke to Zhavier, a video game developer. Again, I'm still mind blown. But did you know that the history of video games spans way back to the 50s? Maybe Jamie knew that, but I didn't. Since then, it has evolved into one of the most popular and profitable, as he said, entertainment industries. So let's take a trip back in our time machine
and see exactly how far we've come. Let's take a look at these videos.
I got the spooky music hanging.
Any of those games. I still, to this day, when I go to the movies, I have to play Pac-Man. It's one of the games that I'm good at. So I do still play Pac-Man. What about you? Did you remember any of those ones?
Of course. When the video was loading, I heard you say, oh, I know Super Mario. Everybody knows Super Mario, who wanted to rescue the princess from the lairs of the dragon. And, well, it was a fire-breathing dragon, wasn't it?
Yes, he was.
All right.
Cooper.
Yeah. The first Nintendo that I ever was exposed to was bought by my uncle. He'd returned from the US, I think. He brought it with him. And Super Mario was what we were playing. So it was cool. Eventually, you remember those cartridges? Are you
when you had to blow? Oh, I remember having to blow. Knock it.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
There was a little slit, I think, in the Nintendo at the time, the original one. So you put the cartridge in. And I thought it was such a cool thing because I think Super Mario came with that. And then to get the cartridges, though, that's where the money was. Because they're developing games off of that device, much like printers with ink. So we got a second cartridge. It was Tetris, which was also. Have you ever played Tetris?
Of course, I've played Tetris.
Just checking because I know that you are all about youth, and I'm all about the older people.
Of course, I've played Tetris. I also saw a video of Street Fighter. I remember playing that with my brothers, and doing a little tag team. When you lose, somebody else will take a seat. Yeah, I remember.
Who was your favorite Street Fighter character?
I don't remember.
Did you play as a girl? Because there was.
I always picked a female. I always picked a female, so that was lots of fun.
Nah, it was really bad when I was playing Street Fighter and I got beaten by a girl. It was like,
why was it bad?
Ego. Ego.
But yeah, games have definitely changed so much because I'm watching the graphics from the older games, and now the games that I see my brothers playing now, the people look just like us. Like, the animation has improved tremendously.
Absolutely.
I can't even tell if it's a video or if it's a game. So yeah, we've advanced so much. And I can't believe that Candy Crush is one of the most profitable games ever. Like I'm really blown away.
Made popular by people like you because you're apparently the demographic now that, younger female audience, mobile user according to Zhavier.
Right.
So it's a good thing. Normally I would think, and you're right, it's a little surprising to me that females now are the ones who are dominating that industry, right?
Yeah,
But hey, back in the day when I got, after Nintendo, I got Sonic the Hedgehog. That was also played there.
Oh, you know what I also got? I remember having a Game Boy.
Man. You're talking to me about Game Boys. That's when they got mobile. This is
that's the beginning. that was the beginning of games going mobile.
That was.
I remember that so well. I remember lending out my Game Boy and never getting it back. I remember that. I remember having a purple.
Do you want us to send out a search party?
Maybe those things may be costing millions by now. They're antiques, I'm sure. But
yeah. Game Boy. If you got it, she's still looking for it.
I had one and I was so excited about it. And of course, the cartridges and exchanging them. I remember playing Zelda. I also liked Zelda, which
Legend of Zelda, right?
Yes, which was more of an adventure type thing. So yeah, I had my little experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, watching you viewers, if you had experiences playing any video games from any era, can you let us know what you played, what you liked, what you didn't like? Did you have a Game Boy? Let us know. You're watching Good Morning SKN, and we'll be right back.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, hover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors. In an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Mimi, where does the time go?
I don't know. I mean, today ran so quickly. The first day I felt like, oh my God, we're here for 10 hours. But now I feel like we've been here for 20 minutes. I've been having so much fun.
Yeah, and by the way, everyone, Mimi cheated at Jenga. I don't know if you guys caught it at home earlier. She cheated at Jenga, all right? So I won. Yeah.
All right, so we're at the last segment of the show, and we're going to be talking about what's happening for the rest of the week. We're still in the spirit of Christmas, so today is the final show. So if you missed all of the other shows like myself, and I really like these things, today's the last opportunity to be a part of In the Spirit of Christmas. It starts at 7 p.m. and it's at the Antioch Baptist Church. So yeah, I'll try to be there.
Yeah, it's not outdoors this year, but that's just as good. It's a new facility. I remember thinking it was raining a couple of nights ago, and I thought, oh, if it's downtown, those people are going to be rained on, but it's good that it's indoors.
Yes,
so
it's indoors,
you can go and enjoy that in the spirit of Christmas.
Yes.
We already know that you are in the spirit of Christmas.
Yes.
We talked about that.
Yes.
You have your very own hashtag courtesy of me, hashtag Christmas girl. You better reserve it, you know.
Yes.
All right. So we are also looking at Bastille Animal Rescue Center, right?
Yes.
So
we talked about cats and dogs.
Yeah, we did. So this seems so appropriate. Yeah. The Animal Center Rescue here. Bastille Animal Rescue Center, rather. Interesting name, the abbreviation BARC, so you'll always remember it. So Roots and King are still available for adoption. Yes. Roots is a 7-year-old neutered male that loves to spend time outdoors. King is a neutered 6-year-old, a Mastiff, this is a good breed, Mastiff mix, all right? He loves sleeping. He loves to go on long walks and hang out on the couch. So if you're interested in getting some animals as well, this is what's happening. Contact them at 760-2272, and you can have yourself your very own animal for the Christmas season.
Yes. And lastly,
so adorable.
Oh, there's pictures. Do we have the pictures? No, yes.
I think I just saw a clip. Right. Yeah.
Aw. Even though I'm not a dog person.
Even though you're not a dog person. Who could not love that?
I'm not a pet. Who could say no to that smile?
That's like Mighty Dog. You see? It's like, where's the cape? All right.
All right. So, I mean, we're talking about pets, and they're having a Paint Your Pet at Michael's Burgers and Gelato, which is just across the street from here. So maybe me and you should run on over.
Yeah, you're buying.
Last night, they had a paint and sip party with Sue at Michael's, and the event is where patrons could paint a picture of either their cat or dog with the guidance of
Oh, look at that image. So incredible. That's better than your art, Mimi.
My art was better than your art. But you know, I would take the painting of a pet. I won't take the real pet, but I'll take a painting of a dog or a cat. Yeah, so that's what's happening right now.
We've got one more.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Calypso Eliminations.
Oh, yes. How could I miss that one?
So we're down now. 21 Calypsonians have been confirmed for this weekend's Senior Calypso Eliminations, all right? So among them, 4 former monarchs in the persons of Socrates, Miss Independent, I tell you, Craig, and Astro, all right?
Legends.
Legends. So you definitely want to go check that out. Right, those listed to perform have already selected their appearance numbers, and we have quite a few. So you definitely want to know. Can I run down these names really quickly?
Sure.
All right. So we've got Craig, Diva, Socrates, Miss Independent. Chime in, Mimi. Come on, you know some of them. Craig, Diva, Hollywood, Irvin, Takeover, Lady Gem, Karen's, Lord oh, here we go. The name that I was looking for. Lara.
His favorite.
All right. Moray, Quantash. Awesome Navigator, Alamalu. Alamalu taught me, Alamalu was my principal.
Wow.
All
So
right.
somebody actually taught you and you didn't teach everyone.
I didn't teach you. All right, Alan Malou, Lord Cut, Payne, Palau, Kibi went to school with
Yes, Kibi.
Astro and Honesty.
And
so,
Honesty.
Yeah, I'm dating myself, right? Don't date me. But yeah, go check these guys out. You're gonna have fun. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what day the show is on the carnival calendar, but I'm sure we could show that sometimes. Or if you wanted to find out more information about the carnival calendar, you could always visit their Facebook page, St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival. So that's what's about to happen or has been happening.
It's at Carnival Village, by the way.
Yes, it's at Carnival Village. Of course, vaccinated people only, you could come and you could enjoy the show. We're getting back to Sugar Mass. It's Sugar Mass 50.
And now we gotta go. So we're saying good morning.
Good morning, SKN.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Right.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.